Welcome back to Mountain View Adventure Vehicles, and today is a very exciting day. We have a brand new model, and it's also a brand new vehicle to the lineup with MVAV, and this is what really makes Mountain View Adventure Vehicles, because we're not just vans, we are expanding, and now we are making overlanding trucks. Behind me is our new 2024 Isuzu NPR. This is going to be the smallest vehicle in our lineup from our trucks. We're going to have everything from the NPRs, Chevy 5500s, F550s, and even FTRs from Isuzu. So enjoy the video and the new walkthrough of our new vehicle. As far as overland trucks go, they have lots of options, and this one no doubt has those options included. So let's jump into looking around what makes this overlanding truck for MVAV such a special vehicle to release to the market. With all overlanding trucks, there's a couple different expectations that are needed to be met. You need to have reliability, you need to have off-road capability, and you also have to have comfort. Because when you're spending north of $250,000, those things are very important. So starting up here in the front, we have a winch that is rated for 25,000 pounds. It's one of the biggest winches on the market, and it definitely exceeds what we are needing on this truck. But if you are stuck and it is a hard one to get out of, this will no doubt do the job for you. And then we also have a custom in-house fabricated front bumper with two LED running lights that also provide a lot of illumination at night when you're down dirt roads, and they do cut underneath the fog. They can either be white or amber colored. On this truck, we have the Founder Mud Terrain tires. The tires are 225/70 on a 19.5-inch rim, and they are an amazing tire for this choice because they don't make too much noise, but they also have a lot of grip. With a lot of off-road tires on the market, you have a lot of noise, or they're hard to balance and they're heavy. These are just a perfect in-between from going from road tires to off-road tires, and that's why we chose these tires. So as far as off-road capabilities go, we also on the rear have a full-size spare. You can option it with one or two spares if need be. And then we also have max tracks mounted here on the rear. Right on the back, we have a in-house fabricated steel bumper. The factory trucks do not come with steel bumpers, and so we had to fabricate our own. This is the design we incorporated with having a skid plate that runs underneath the vehicle. And then you can also see that we have two jacks here in the back, and we have two jacks in the front. We have a full hydraulic lifting system that doesn't just offer leveling the vehicle capabilities, but it also allows you to lift the vehicle in case you need to get a tire undone, change a tire, and get out of a situation where maybe you need to put the max tracks underneath. So that's why we've gone with the EQS leveling system, and so far it has been amazing. We've had to take a tire off to put it on a trailer, and you just jack it up real quick with your phone or the inside controller, and then take it off with a impact gun, and the tire comes off real fast. So now that we've talked about a little bit of the capabilities and what makes an off-road vehicle, I want to touch on that this is a two-wheel drive. It also comes in a four-wheel drive. That is another option that gets installed on the truck. And for our beliefs, a lot of people get four-wheel drive vehicles and they might not necessarily ever engage four-wheel drive because a lot of places you can go are service roads, forest roads, and a lot of the mileage just highway. So this truck was meant to come in at a price point that was a little bit better in the market, maybe like a really expensive Sprinter van, and then really just come in so that people that wanted to achieve an expedition truck but could only get a van kind of meets at that high price there for a van. But as far as four-wheel drive goes, we can definitely install it, and any of our vehicles can have it. Now that we've touched on the overlanding off-road capability part, let's move on to the reliability. As far as reliability goes, we've chosen the NPR for this truck. The NPR is known all around the world as a delivery truck, a work truck, and something that just has to endure lots of mileage and lots of rigorous off-road and on-road beatings. Everything from idling a whole bunch to going through the worst roads possible. These trucks are able to take it, and parts also are readily available around the world. That's another reason that taking an expedition truck is very important. When you take it around the world, you do want parts to be readily available. The Isuzu NPR, this is the diesel engine, and so far we've had nothing but amazing reviews with it. We love it. The only downside is that you have a large after treatment system here under where you could have more storage, but then that's where the V8 comes from. There's the Chevy LS V8 that also comes as an option in these trucks. So whatever your preferences are, both of those are an unbelievably reliable engine. If you like diesel or if you like gas, they can either be done. For the box, our box is made by Globetrotter. Globetrotter is one of our partners, and they also supply the zero torsion subframe. The zero torsion subframe is a very critical part to the off-road capabilities and the longevity and reliability to these boxes, because when the chassis is twisting on off-road or on-road situations, it twists with the chassis, and what that can cause is stressing on the integrity of the box, the cabinetry inside, and anything else that it might affect. So with the zero torsion subframe, if the chassis flexes one way, that torsion subframe is going to flex the other way, keeping the box as still and as flat as possible. So that is a very important piece to the whole puzzle on doing this. Between the cab and the box here, we have 35 gallons of diesel. It has a onboard pump and a hose that has a quick connect, so you can easily connect, fill up another vehicle, or fill up your own vehicle. Back here, for on-the-go assist and also making sure that you have reliability everywhere you go, we have onboard air compressing system. It is a 1 gallon tank with a 45-foot hose reel that can reel out and fit anywhere on the vehicle and reach all your tires, or if you have other vehicles such as quads, dirt bikes, of the such, you have that on board as well. We have a hydraulic jack in case you need to get into a location on the vehicle that the EQ system is not capable of lifting at the moment. The hydraulic jack can pair with the air compressor, and you're able to lift up any quarter that you need at a time. Going hand in hand with the reliability and those kind of features on the vehicle, we can also jump onto the systems of the vehicle. This vehicle has a very large system for such a small vehicle. The box is only 12.5 feet, but having a very densely packed, reliable, large electrical system and water system is very important for overlanding, because if you're out for 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna want to be able to have water for whoever's with you, extra water in case you want to shower. So starting right here, we have our electrical cabinet. We have interior lights. Probably can't see it right now, but they're great for at night when you need to get into the cabinet. But right away, this large red box, that is our Lithionics battery. It is a 630 amp hour at 24 volt battery paired with a external BMS here on top that you can do a physical disconnect if any servicing is needing to be done to the electrical system. There are 2 Cotec inverters that are 2500 watts each. They're pure sine wave inverters. They both take off from each other, so they pretty much just make reliable 5,000 watts. If one goes down, you still have 2,500 watts. We have DC to DC chargers from the main engine. We have DC-DC converters to convert all that 24 volt power to 12 volt power for all the lights and fixtures within the vehicle. And then we also have the battery charger for shore power. It is a Cotec CX 2400, and it is a 40 watt charger from shore power that allows you to charge the batteries wherever. It's not a traditional RV plug, so you can plug in a normal 3-prong outlet from a house, a shed, or even a hotel if you're wanting to spend a night from being out in the middle of nowhere. So you can always keep your batteries topped off, and that is a very important part. Another thing that makes this electrical cabinet very unique is that it's climate controlled. We're taking air from the inside, from the split unit, we're venting it in, circulating it through the electrical compartment, over to the water compartment, and keeping a constant circulation. So when this door is closed, it can be as cold as 65 degrees in there. So if it's 120 out and the sun is beating on this door, you do not have to worry about your battery system overheating. You do have a digital display that you can change temperature warnings, and they can also change thresholds for where you want the fans to kick on to be piping in the cold air from the cab. So that's the electrical system. We have storage around the vehicle down below, and pass-through storage here up top The pass-through storage we've designed so that you can fit anything from hiking poles, fishing rods, maybe gun cases, whatever long, narrow boxes that you would need to put in there, they can fit in here, and that passes through straight from side to side. Here's our shore power plug-in. We have wheel cabinets, side cabinets all the way around the vehicle. These are all custom in-house made because every vehicle is going to be different in their own unique ways, from sizing to engine placement, with all the systems. So everything's made in-house. And then this is also where the diesel tank, main tank, is gonna be filled here. It's hidden, and you're also able to lock it so you don't have to worry about people stealing your diesel. With every amazing electrical system, you also need to pair it with an amazing water system. So this vehicle, on the adjacent side to where the water system or the electrical system is, we have our water system. The water system on this vehicle is spec'd with 100 gallons of fresh water that is filled by a gravity fill port, so you can pour in jugs, fill up from a river, and then you also have a UV purification system on board that's going to purify any of that water coming through from the tank. So if it's not clean going into the tank, it's going to be clean coming out of the tank to your faucet or your shower inside. As we put in all of our vans, we put the EcoSmart 1.5 gallon hot water heaters. We love them just because they heat up within 5 minutes, and then from there it mixes with cold water to create that maybe 105, 110 temperature water that you would like. And so you're never really running out of hot water because it's constantly remaking. So it's not instant, but it does continuously make, and we've never found that it lacks on making the hot water. On the water pressure side, we have a 2.5 PSI water pump. It feeds outside spray port, your inside shower, and then your inside sink. So here's where your water fill is going to be. It's a locking water fill, so nobody can tamper with your water supply wherever you are in the world. And then that closes nicely. And then we also have the spray port for the shower here. We have an outdoor shower, which is a lot of fun if you're camping and you're out in a beautiful place. Maybe you want to put out the shade awning and then extend your outdoor shower, and then you can shower out in the beautiful wilderness. Now that we've talked a little about the outside, let's pull the steps out, take a look at what makes the inside so unique and why MVAV has chosen to do these vehicles. As you enter in this vehicle, you are welcomed to a couple different features. Right here on our left side is our full entire control panel for the whole vehicle. Starting up top here, we have our battery monitoring system from Lithionics. It powers, or it's powered from the BMS. It has everything from voltage readouts, constant amp readouts, percentages, and then also talking and showing if you're subtracting or taking from anything from the battery or adding in. Moving down, we have our EQ system, front and rear leveling jacks. This system can also be controlled completely from your phone if you're outside the vehicle. If you're in the vehicle, you can't move around too much because it is going to be trying to find that level, so I do suggest using it from your iPhone. We have our Girard awning that we put on all of our vans and that we love. Has the LEDs, has the wind assist, and then also if they turn the vehicle on, it'll automatically retract. We have our on and off for our lights in the cabin, fully dimmable. Starting at the top of the Paneltronics here, we have a 120 or 240 volt AC breaker set. In this vehicle, it is configured for 120. Some of our other vehicles have 240 for their ACs, so that's why they're configured like that. At the top, we have our main breaker set that turns off the power to all the 120 or 240 volt systems. We have a line in and line one, line two test. It tests how many voltage, what the voltage is coming in. Below that, we have two different legs for all the different systems that are being provided by 120. Below that, we have our 12 volt system, everything from accessory power to our cell booster and indoor Wi-Fi from Starlink to water system, awning, lights, and UV purification. Over here on the right side, we have all of our tanks for monitoring what is inside of each tank. Right now the vehicle is empty, but we have tank sensors for your main water, for fresh water, and then you also have a tank sensor for your gray water tanks. They're all tied together, even though there is 2 gray water tanks on board, one for your shower and one for your sink. This is your monitoring system for your solar charge controller from Victron. It's going to read out how many watts that you have coming in from solar, and right now we have 1,060 watts coming in for solar. Below that we have our charger switch. This charger switch really isn't utilized too often. It's only if you have the vehicle plugged into shore power and you need to turn off the charger because it's either noisy or you're working on it and you don't want anything to be disrupted and you want that off. Below that we have our inverter controller from Kotec. This controls both of our inverters on and off, settings, error codes, and whatever you need for the inverter side. So that is the electrical on here and what you were greeted to in the front door. Let's jump into some of the luxuries. For every overlanding vehicle, you also need food storage, and food storage can come in 2 different forms: cold food or food that can be stored either in shelves or pantries. Starting here, we have our RevaShelf pantry. It pulls out, you get multiple levels of storage. You have side rail holders, so nothing's gonna fall out, and they're all also adjustable. So if you have tall cans, tall bottles that need to be placed, you can adjust those as is. And when you close these, we also have our overlanding latches. These latches allow the cabinets to stay fully secure, so when you're off-roading, there's no way these can come out, fly out, everything spills, because the last thing you need is to get to your campsite and everything's all over the ground. Right to the right of that, we took having a fridge to a different level. A lot of people put a Vitrafigo, maybe 5 cubic foot fridge, or maybe a 6 cubic foot fridge. We went for a 9 cubic foot plus refrigerator freezer combo. So up top here, we have our refrigerator freezer, everything from built-in egg holders, sliding drawers, and much more. This whole unit can be controlled from the switches on the top and made sure that the temperature is completely at what you want it at all times. Same paired with the overlanding latches. Down here we also have the freezer, which are 3 different separate drawer compartments that pull out, so that you don't have to necessarily get down on the ground and climb into the freezer like a lot of traditional freezers. These drawers just slide out so that you can reach from the top, pull out what you need, and then close it. While we're on the topic of interior storage here, we have a set of 4 sliding drawers. Every single thing about our interior builds is customization. So these could be also a cabinet. It could be 2 sliding drawers, 3 sliding drawers, and there can also be custom inserts mounted inside of these. So if you wanted utensils, silverware, or even plates, like a large cabinet that has slide-in drop locations for plates. Each one of these sliders have a locking drawer slide. So they're not self-closing, which is what we traditionally use, but we went with the locking drawer slide. So when it gets almost to its full closed position, it stops and has 2 rubber mounts that you have to push just a little bit more, and it locks in place, so that you have to give at least 40 pounds of pulling force to dislodge it. Unless you lift up just a little bit, it comes out easily. So we don't have to have our overlanding latches for these cabinets, and we don't have to worry about these cabinets or drawers sliding out as well and getting damaged. Right next to that, we have our under cooktop storage. We have everything from our UV purification system. We have our plumbing for our drinking water and our sink. And then around the corner, we have just some more plumbing for the sink and then storage. All of these drawers also, if you're needing to get larger things inside these cabinets, have quick detach cabinet hinges. These are self-closing hinges that can be turned on and off from a simple switch. But these doors are nice because if you need to access something, don't want a scratch door, you can quickly disconnect them and then also quickly connect them again. As far as kitchen appliances go, you always need to have the luxuries of a home inside of your RV. So we put a microwave, but it's not any ordinary microwave. It is also a air fryer. It is a very unique Toshiba microwave. So you're able to close it and air fry whatever you need. So it acts as an oven, acts as a fryer, also acts as a microwave. So that is a very, very cool feature to have. And then we also have our induction cooktop. This cooktop can be a 4-burner, 2-burner, 1-burner. It's just pretty much upon customer request on what they would like. Over here in the corner, we have our sink. We have a full flexible adjustable spray nozzle with both a spray pattern or just a steady flow. And then we also have our drinking water that has UV purification plus a charcoal filter on it. This whole entire system right here drops down into its own gray water tank that is 18 gallons, and then that ties in also to the shower gray water that is in the rear that I will show you in a second. Around here on this countertop space, you have a lot of prep surface, which is very important, especially in such a small space. Having so much countertop space is unique to have, but we also needed to utilize that space in a different way. Since this vehicle is only 12.5 feet long, almost 13 at its highest or widest point, we wanted to have an interior bathroom. Interior bathrooms are hard to fit. We try to fit them in vans. It makes the space feel so narrow. So we've done something unique that we've done in the vans. We've all added a full entire flushing toilet underneath the countertop. And yes, I know countertop under your kitchen or toilet under your kitchen, a little bit interesting, but utilizing and using every bit of space that you can is very important in overlanding trucks. And a lot of the users of these vehicles know that there's going to be a couple drawbacks from every single vehicle when you're going such a small size. There's self-closing hinges, so nothing can get slammed, and this has some very beefy hinges coming down with gat struts to meet up evenly and make everything look super nice. We wanted to continue the theme of our vans and our woodwork and our Baltic birch and everything, and that's why we've done these overheads. These overheads actually look almost identical to what we put in our Sprinter vans. They have our locking stainless steel latches with 2 gas struts that fold up, and then the same hinges, you can disconnect them, take them off if you want to store anything, and then also these cabinets are customizable in size per the customer's request. They can also be larger in a corner like so, and then we can also use them to hide all our wiring and put anything that we need to service. And then we also have 3 more above the bed for putting clothes, blankets, pillows, whatever you would need. Onto the rear of this box. We have our dining area down here, which is made for 2 people with 2 luxury chairs. We decided why reinvent the chair and the seating areas, so we've designed, or we've bought 2 of the most comfortable dining chairs that we could find on the market, and then we've placed them in here. They have a locked-in location, so when they're all the way back, they're underneath the cabinet and locked in, but you're able to still pull them forwards, find your nice comfortable spot, and then you have storage underneath the rears of each of these chairs. So when you pull the chairs out, you have about 3 to 4 cubic feet on either side of an empty storage area. The dining area serves 2 purposes, not just for eating, but also it doubles as a shower area. The table slides to the side, and then that exposes either your stairs to get up into your bed or our full Tetravan shower. You take your stairs, place them wherever you would like, and then this is your drop-down shower. Your shower comes with a full mixture valve and water faucet system, and then it comes with your curtain. This curtain magnetizes around the bottom of this pan and then goes to the roof and attaches in 4 different locations up here, 2 in the rear and 2 in the front. This full system tapers out, so the bottom is only about 24 by 24 inches, but when it gets up to the top, it's about 35, 32 inches. With having such a small box, we wanted to make sure that the vehicle felt as large as possible, and that's why we've placed 4 turn overland windows here in the rear and then 1 in the kitchen. As you've seen in our last videos, all of these windows are also installed in our vans. They have a shade and a bug screen, and they can also be opened and they pivot outside with 4 points of adjustability. So if you want to have a little bit of airflow or all the way to a lot of airflow, you can have that. They fully lock in place, and they're a dual pane insulated window, And that's why we've chosen this, because they're cost effective, but also an amazing build quality. Last but not least, on the interior of this vehicle, we have our Blue Ridge air conditioning and heating system. This is a heat pump system at 9,000 BTUs, and it is an amazing system to have cooling off and being so quiet and efficient. Paired with the onboard electrical system that we have, this can run days out and just provide comfortable climate control anywhere you are in the world. Well, I want to say thank you for tuning into this video and seeing our new Overland truck. Since this vehicle is brand new, we're going to be having a couple other videos coming out. One's being used off-road situations, the interior and camping situations, such as campfires, cooking, and living in it. But until then, stay posted on our social medias and our website to see any more information coming out. And if you're in the Arizona area and you want to stop by and see the truck, it is at our shop in our showroom. So thank you for seeing the video today and watching. See you in the next one.